All right. Welcome into the Landon Tangwall post-game show. Penn State 46, Nevada 11. Keith Goon Conlin is currently on a walker working his way into the student bookstore right now. I will be joined by my friend in 1 second. Thank you guys for joining me. We are downtown at the student bookstore, 10 a.m. Sunday mornings after Penn State football home games. Once again, Keith Goon Conlin working his way through. There we go. Here we go. I need to get this in the shot for sure. For sure. Here we go. Look at this, Goon. How you doing, buddy? This is a Keith Goon Conlin entrance right here. I'll tell you what. How you doing, buddy? You need some help getting down? Here we go. All right. There we go. That's for you. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us here.
Hey.
How you guys doing? James, what's up? Thank you for joining me. Goon?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah. You're good. We're good.
I can't hear you, but you can hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
Well, that's good news, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm glad I got all dressed up here. We're on camera.
Yeah, we're on camera. Looking good.
I apologize.
Oh, good, buddy. So
a little bit of traffic right there, and you saw me hobbling in here.
So if you want to fill the people in on why Goon's on a walker, it's not that he's that old.
It's an insurance policy, pretty much. I have I herniated the disc in my back, another one. So it's been an ongoing thing since the late 90s. So about every 10, 12 years, I pop one. So I don't know when it did it, but it hurts. And I'm this is as weird as it's been because I don't really have a good feeling in my legs. That's the issue.
So it goes down the legs?
I don't feel it in my legs.
Oh, you can't. So you almost can't feel your leg.
I don't feel my legs. That's the problem. That's why I have a walker. So, and it's just an insurance thing. So it gets a little scary with the if I'm not walking because my legs they lock up. Like
shoot.
Yeah.
All right.
You have that to look forward to, buddy.
Well, you guys, we're going to.
Well, you had a 2-year anniversary yesterday of your retirement.
I did, of my retirement. It was 2 years ago exactly yesterday. I decided to hang it up, man, and it was, it was a hard time, man. Bounced back thanks to Big Goon here, showing me my way a little bit. Not going to have sound. We're all good.
Not going to sound good at all?
Yeah, you sound great. You look good. You sound good.
I'm just going to say, though, you're doing very, very well in your 2 years since you got done playing football. You're still in the game. And that's the way I see it.
I will say that I really do enjoy still being able around the game, and I think you kind of agree with that. And it would have been hard, I felt like, to be around if I wasn't in this aspect because it's hard when you have to hang it up. And as you can see, Goon's we all have to hang up for different reasons.
Yeah,
I banged my head too many times. Goon's back is destroyed. Let
me think now. I did the weight room thing. I did the coaching thing. I got out of it, but I was like, I still wanted to be in it, but I didn't. I guess I foresaw what was happening in the college athletic scene. Mm-hmm. This was 20 years ago that I moved here, but I was coaching the Division III, and it was just like I saw where like the world was going, and then the world we're in right now is sort of what I saw. Like. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to be part of this, but I still want to dip my feet in a little bit because I don't want to. I mean, I think you are like me, and in this football coaching world, it is 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
And I am not tuned. That's not how my mind and my body is. Not my body. That's not how my mind is. Your mind either. You have a lot of different things you want to do. You want to do this. You want to do this. Where football, it's like with a coaching staff, it's football. 24/7, 365. They wake up thinking about it. They dream about it. You and I dream about going away on vacations, doing this trip or doing that trip. We go away with our girlfriends and wives and stuff like that, having a good time. Those guys, I don't think they could do that.
Yeah, you get off time in our line of work, but you're absolutely right. I don't think many of the coaches probably got to go home at an early hour.
Right now, me and you're going to leave here. We're going to go to the camp, our Penn Steaks.
Right.
Have a nice cheesesteak. Have this and that. These coaches have been at work since 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
They got home late last night, probably watched all the films last night.
Yeah, didn't get home till after the kids were in bed, didn't see the family. Got to get up early once again, maybe see the kids right before. But coaching's a rough life, man. I was the same way. So many people ask me, they're like, you want to get into coaching, right? And I'm like, no, that's the last thing I want to do. Goon and I, we've had a couple vacations now. Like we wouldn't get to have any of that, man. Are you kidding me?
Nah, that's what I mean. I had my, two of my best friends in the world were Craig Fitzgerald and Johnny Butler. They were coaching here during the sanctions and stuff like that. And then we were just got to see their life a little bit, and I was like, this is not for me. I just didn't like it because I wanted to keep my toe in the game. So we got into the Thursday night preview show. I got into the Friday, the post game shows. We started doing the post game show here. I was doing it in 17 years ago. I was down here doing these.
Right.
Me and Kirpakis started doing it. And then it was like, you know what? I don't like talking about the game that just happened. I want to preview games. I want to talk about what's going to happen in the future. So that melded into me and Sweeney started doing the big show on Thursday nights, and then the world collapsed in 2011, and then we were right there with all of that stuff. So stayed in the we stayed in the know type of thing, and then got done there, and then just turned into my weekly show with Ironhead and stuff like that. And then I meet you, and look at us. Now we're 15 years in the business. You're killing it. Every time I turn around, you're in some kind of podcast or this or that, and I'm like, Jesus.
I'm trying.
Doing well, man.
Thank you.
Like I said, you keep you have a lot of different options you can handle, and you're doing very well with that.
Thank you very much. Goon and you guys will get a healthy dose of me and the big Keith Goon Conlin. I'm sure I'll make a couple appearances over on the 2 to 4 show throughout the season as well. But Goon and I will be here at the student bookstore Sunday mornings after home games at 10 a.m. So make sure you guys stop by.
Nice.
That's where you get all your Penn State merch. And also, the Nittany Lion mascot will be here at 11 a.m. So if you
wait till they start lining up around the corner, and they're like, "Oh, they're here to see Goon and and Tangwell." Now they're here to see a stuffed animal.
A stuffed animal, but a very athletic stuffed animal at that. I'll tell you what.
Right.
Hey, so good gear down here at Student Bookstore.
It's not
Great
as athletic
times.
as my lion.
Oh.
I told you these stories.
No. I haven't heard this one. Wait, so you're saying your guys? So you think your guys' lion?
The 1994 lion. The 1994 Nittany Lion,
right,
was a former Penn State wrestler.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. So then when they had like in the third or fourth quarter, when they the mascots are they tussling in the end zone, they fake fight. He would literally just start beating the tar out of other mascots, and then we were killing people so bad, we were just watching from the sidelines, watching this guy shoot and take down the Temple Owl and start slamming the Temple Owl around and stuff like that. The Michigan State Spartan, he pummeling him, and it was always just so funny because he was using wrestling moves, but then you can maneuver in that outfit a little bit more so than the other mascots. So when our mascot was a former wrestler, and he was beating the tar out of all the other mascots every fourth quarter. It was awesome.
I missed that. I feel like on ESPN they used to do that all the time, where the mascots fake fight, but we don't do that these days. I guess we've gotten too PC or something. I don't know.
You know what?
You can't fight these days.
So we got to talk about something.
All right,
and it's non-Penn State related.
Oh, what's that going?
I got to get it off my chest.
Let us hear it.
DeMatha kicked the living crap out of St. Joe's Prep yesterday.
Oh, did they?
Whooped them.
DeMatha is a Maryland,
DC,
right in my area.
My rival school.
Wow, I didn't know. St. Joe's Prep, we get a lot of guys out of there from Philly. Yep. Kyle McCord, Marvin Harrison, those guys went to Ohio State, but a lot of good players there. I didn't know that. So DMV over top of PA is what I'm hearing right now. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know that. Oh, that's awesome.
So the Prep's 0-2.
0-2.
Yeah, they played Heritage last week in Fort Lauderdale. Won up 28-0 in the first quarter, and then lost 31-28.
That was on ESPN. I saw that. That was crazy. That's a rough one to swallow. You don't normally see St. Joe's Prep 0-2.
No.
So we'll see.
And LaSalle whooped up on Pittsburgh Central Catholic last week, and then they beat Malvern down at the Ward to Shore down at the Jersey Shore this weekend. Right. So it all worked out. And then we get through yesterday, bro.
Look at that. It was a good one. Penn State goes 1-0, and that is always a good thing. We are happy walking away. There are
name
teams,
of the game, brother.
Listen, there are teams that are not 1-0. Looking at Alabama, that was crazy. And I'll tell you real quick. And you guys don't worry. We're going to get to Penn State soon. I see all the comments. We will answer them as we start to talk to Penn State. I love hearing from you guys. So Florida State's quarterback, I don't know if you saw this, all off season long. Castellanos. He is talking major crap. And so people are saying, are you stupid, man? You're going against a top 10 Alabama team. What are you doing? You had to transfer from Boston College. You're not really that guy. And all of a sudden, he backs it all up. They come out, and they put it on Alabama. I was shocked.
What I saw with Castellanos is I've watched him play at Boston College last year. I didn't like his game, having Bill O'Brien and Fitzy up at Boston College. I sort of had I would watch their game. Normally I wouldn't watch a game, but now they're my boys coaching, so I was watching him play last year, and he tried to do too much. He tried way too hard to do everything, and all you had to do was stop him, and then Boston College was shut down. But I noticed something yesterday that I have not seen in, I'm going to say 15 years, and that was Alabama's defensive front got manhandled. When the hell can you say that happened last?
Never.
To a non-Georgia, LSU, Ohio State. That was Florida State. Okay, they were 2-8 last year, or 2-10, or 3, whatever.
It was not good.
They've had a brutal record the last few years. But they came out like Bobby Bowden, Florida State of old, and they took Alabama to the woodshed.
That's crazy. I can't imagine. Yeah, Alabama has a defensive lineman go in the first round every year.
The defensive line, they always put the offensive line 1 yard back. They reset the line of scrimmage every play. And I watched that game yesterday, and I was like, they're not getting past the line of scrimmage. So a lot of Florida State's offensive line delivers a lot of credit, but Castellanos, he backed up everything he said. Because he was – I'm not a fan of the kid because how he ended in Boston College last year and how he was talking this summer. But if you're going to do that, and you back it up way, man,
I woke up this morning and I said to myself, I bet Castellanos, I bet he's waking up feeling real good. If you talk all that crap all summer and you back it up, you got to be waking up this morning patting yourself on the back. It's nothing I do. I know our coach here, James Franklin, would go berserk if someone was talking trash like that. You don't ever want to give your opponent
there's no reason to do it.
You should never talk trash like that.
Castellanos didn't even have the starting job.
Right.
He had to earn that job this summer. He was transferred in from Boston College.
Oh, my gosh.
And he goes to Florida State and talks all that gibberish and then backs it up like a bad man. He did good stuff yesterday.
He did. As did our guys here at Penn State Goon. Like I said, went 1-0. I'm curious on your take on these first 3 easy out-of-conference games.
I got one for you, buddy.
So you got one for me. I am curious, though. I was looking at your guys' schedule. That wasn't a thing for you guys back in the 90s. You didn't get to do 2 to 3 FCS low-level opponents. You guys played almost all Big Ten. The 94 year, you played 12 Big Ten games for the most part.
11.
11, and then one.
No. We played.
Who'd you have?
With USC, Temple, and Rutgers. So we had 9. There was a 9-game conference, 9 game schedule.
Yeah, you played number 14 USC. Yep. Like you said, you guys had obviously played Oregon in the Rose Bowl.
It's weird we opened up
Temple
with Minnesota.
Yeah, you guys were at Minnesota.
Opening game was a Big Ten game, and then we went out of conference for 3.
So, but I'm curious. Nowadays, it's so normal, and there's this whole conversation of should we play good games? Should it be in Ohio State, Texas to start the season, or is Penn State and other teams, do you like the fact that you get kind of 3 tune-up games to start the year? How are you feeling coming out?
Well, no one's talking about the fact that everybody's talking about the level, the quality of opponent we have right now, but that was supposed to be Virginia Tech.
Right.
Yesterday was Virginia Tech, but they had to cancel that game because of COVID. We canceled our game down there, and they just said, okay, we'll just watch it. We won't play there in 2025. So that was supposed to be Virginia Tech. So I get the fact that people are upset that our non-conference schedule is really not that good. But if nothing changes in regards to making the SEC jump to a 9-game schedule or we stay at a 9-game, they have to catch up to us. But if nothing changes, there's no benefit to playing a LSU, a Florida State, and Alabama to open the season. There's no benefit to it.
Texas isn't feeling very good this morning.
I mean but the thing is that those games they've been on the schedule for 7 to 10 years. So it wasn't that they made the schedule last year. But I'm going to tell you what, if the rules don't change, no one is going to play anybody. No one will play it, and then rightfully so, though. That's just the way they have the system set up. So they need to step in and fix the system, whether it be whoever the people who are going to run college football, the television networks and the Bowl Alliance and all that. They need to come up and say, okay, the SEC needs to play 9 conference games. The Big Ten can, or we can go back to 8 conference games have your 3 cupcakes, because Penn State needs their 3 cupcakes to sell the tickets.
Right.
Okay? But then what if they annually just, like, match up you against another Power 5? Like, just rotate it around. And it doesn't have to be a top 10 game.
I do think there's some positives. Number one, I saw that yesterday you could get 2 tickets for $15 total. I think that's great. I think we are in a day and age where a lot of fans get priced out, and it's still incredibly hard to come here.
This week?
For Nevada.
Awesome.
On game day, you could get 2 tickets, $15 total is like $7 or $8. So I think that's great. I love that, and I think that's the great part about these out-of-conference games. You can bring the family. It's relatively cheap if you can get in and get out and not stay over. But I will tell you, I don't know if you saw, so there is an updated rule for the SEC. They are going to be moving to 9 conference games. Like the Big Ten.
Is that a done deal?
Yeah. Oh, they came out. Yeah. SEC came
out.
Yeah. So they're going to do that. And then one other interesting piece of that, too, is that they are being forced one of their 3 out-of-conference games. So they played 4. Now they're only going to play 3. One of them has to be a Power 4 opponent. So Big 12, another SEC team, Big 10, or ACC. They have to play one of those 4. So they can have 2.
Do we have that this year?
No. We
don't?
No.
Nevada's not a pack. Nevada's not a pack.
They weren't a pack yesterday, Goon.
The Wolf Pack. So Nevada, Villanova, and Florida are not one of the Power 4. So, yeah, we'd have to change our schedule to get one.
Well, also, I will say this. When we scheduled Nevada, I think it was a good, 6 years ago, almost 7.
Well, it was because of COVID, because of the Virginia Tech thing.
Well, yeah, but they were pretty good, too, at the time, too, when we had talked to them. So, I'm okay with it. I also think you look at our squad this year, we got a very senior-heavy team, but you look at kind of the depth behind them, it's a lot of young dudes.
It's good.
I think it's good that we're going to be able to, each 3 of these games, basically for a quarter and a half, get all the 2s, 3s, and 4s in and kind of get them used to out there.
We can talk about that. We will be, obviously, how long do you want to play your guys type of thing. And that was a big thing because, how do I say this? Like my scheduling that like my fans and the people who are watching television right now and us on TV and listening to us on the radio, okay, we still have the 12-game mindset. Like in everybody's mindset right now, Alabama and Texas are out of the college football playoff in the 12 games. You know what I mean? In the old school theory of it. Yeah. But no, you can lose upwards of 2 games and still get into the damn playoff. You know what I mean? So their seasons aren't over, and that's where our mindset as fans needs to change a little bit. And that is that like, okay, so the season's not over if you lose a game anymore. It's not. It's just not how it is. Now, also, there's the other thing that you got to think about now is, I think James touched us on a little bit yesterday in his post-game press conference, and that is that Penn State, we need to prepare for a 16-game schedule, which is unheard of in college football. Other than last year. Okay, so we got our Nick Dawkins, our boy, by the way, horrible segue, who's on our show tomorrow night at the golf course at 6 o'clock, Penn State Golf Course, 6 o'clock, Blue White Player Show, Nick Dawkins and Goon and Landon Tangwell. Yes, sir. So he played 16 games last year.
Right.
That's an NFL schedule.
That's
all right,
hard.
As offensive lineman, we talk about tread on the tires. He got some tread taken off those tires last year. And then, James has to worry about that, a 16-game schedule this year. So my thing is that, like, the mindset of the 11, 12-game schedule was go out, play 3 quarters, and then get your starters out. Bro, you got to go 2 quarters and get those guys out.
Yeah, I would like to get them out a little bit quicker than we did yet because I think they played well into the third.
I did not like see Aller taking those, 3 hits.
Yeah, he took some hits. He was playing in. I felt like there was 6-7 minutes left in the third quarter, and Aller was still in. So, that's there's the piece
risky.
Of wanting to get there's the piece of wanting to make sure the offense and whatnot is humming. But like you said, you want to be careful there that you're not getting anybody injured. Thankfully, we got away from yesterday. There were no injuries reported.
That's the key to yesterday. Whether it's 1990, whether it's 2025, and that is these are glorified scrimmages. All you're doing is paying Nevada to come in here, take the check, take the beating, and move on. All you ask is to get some players some time, against live work and stay healthy. Stay healthy.
That is kind of
stay healthy.
When did that? Has that been a thing forever? Like us paying Nevada? I think they went home with a nice $1.45 million check yesterday.
How do you think the MAC teams pay for their programs? It's not because they're playing on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. There's nobody there at those
You're telling
games.
me the MACtion doesn't Wednesday night MACtion isn't bringing in the money?
TV it does.
Right.
I guarantee you they got great viewership.
I watch.
I love MACtion.
It's the best thing.
They should superimpose like fans though. Some of it, it's like, dude, you're playing in front of 88 people and 60 of them are family and friends. Like, man, that's got to be hard.
That's rough. I've talked to guys. I have a couple of buddies that have transferred out of here and went to the MAC, and it's a rough schedule because you got to think you're traveling on like a Tuesday. Yeah. I mean, guys still have school. Like there's college, there's all of that stuff going on, but you have to travel on a Tuesday, play on a Wednesday. You're tired. You get back on Thursday morning, and you got to go to class on Thursday.
I mean, I know they're all pretty close games, but I'm sorry, but you're leaving Miami of Ohio going back to, Ohio, the university or whatever. I mean, that's maybe a 2-hour bus trip, right? Or I don't know the distance, but you're playing at 7 o'clock at night. You're done at 9:30. You're out of the locker room at midnight. You're home at 2. And then that's a Wednesday morning or a Thursday morning.
9:05.
Right?
9:05 to class. There you go. I know.
I don't think I'll make the class, sir. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the MAC schools, they've always played us like we would fund, like not we, but like the bigger schools fund the lower programs. You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, the MAC's going to go away because of they're not going to play for national titles. And you're like, do you think they're playing for national titles now?
It was never happening.
Like I don't think NIU is going to get an invite if they go undefeated and this and that but would they? As one of the higher ranked, there is the possibility, yes. But the MAC needs the Big Ten. I mean, the Big Ten's pretty much, MAC light or MAC's Big Ten light.
Yeah, we bring them over here, pay them up, and they service us well.
But they run their program. They get probably 3 games. They're probably getting $3 or $4 million. That's how they run their athletic program.
Yeah, you got to pay for that private plane and getting around and all that stuff. That's a lot of food too. I'll tell you what. Yo Landon, love your show. Thank you so much. Josh says I think the Big Ten and SEC will play each other. Oh yeah, how we doing? Huh. Shout out
Joe Jaravicius.
Joe Jaravicius just walked by the student bookstore. I mean, come down.
No big deal. Joe Jaravicius.
No big deal. Just Joe Jaravicius. Just a big-time
just a
superstar.
6'5" guy with a 50-inch vertical leap. No big deal. It's okay. It's all right.
I'll never forget meeting Joe Jaravicius for the first time, and I shook his hand, and so I forget who it was. It was at the Illinois game last year when they were honoring the 1994 team, and it was like, hey, this is Joe. He was on the team, and I'm like, Joe who? And like I knew who Jaravicius was. I'm like, there's no way this human that I'm shaking was a wide receiver. I'm shaking his hand.
How is this guy a wide receiver? He's 6'5", 240
I'm like, this guy's a defensive end, surely. And no, I was obviously not. And now we see why Caroline Jaravicius is absolutely killing it on the volleyball team for Penn State. They are already off to a really hot start, number 2 team in the nation, I believe. So we got some good sports, man. Pat Kraft has came in, and let me tell you what, it is impressive what he has put together here at Penn State in a short period of time.
Killing it.
What is it, year 4 for Pat Kraft? And we had Dr. Kraft.
Okay, I didn't go to Dr. school for 8 years to be called.
I had to drop this one out there. So Goon was getting out slow yesterday morning, so I went up to the tailgate with your crew.
You took care of me, buddy.
So I went up there with your crew, and we get in there, and lots open at 8 a.m. And I've never been in there, but from my understanding, they let you guys in at 7:45. There's no problems with that, right?
Yep.
So we get up there. Everybody, they open the lots a little early, so we get up there, and I'm with your crew, and they say, they're like, hey, can't come in yet, and your crew, rowdy bunch, and they're like, what we've been here for 15 years, every single time they've let us in, and so the guy comes over and he says I can't let you guys in, and they're like, come on, man, and they go, who do you know? And I'm like, I know Pat Kraft. I can show you his number right here. And he's like, all right, you're good. Go ahead. So I name dropped Dr. Kraft. So Dr. Kraft, thank you for getting me in the tailgate lots.
Where'd they stop you? Up at the street or inside?
Up at the street.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, they usually have that's usually their first patrol ever. Like they give them a flashlight and a hat. And they say, hey, you got your security now.
Yeah, they told him off.
Don't let him until 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I dropped a little Pat Kraft on him, and then we were Dr. Patrick Kraft, and we were all good to go there. It was funny.
You took care of it though. Everything good?
Yeah, everything was great. The Goon tailgate is well and alive. Goon, James Franklin gave a interesting stat in his post game presser that I thought was pretty interesting. the last time that the Penn State defense created a turnover on the opening drive of the season, so the opposing team started on offense and we started on defense, and we created a turnover right away. What year do you think that was? If you had to take a wild guess.
I'm going to take a wild guess, and if you say I did, I'm going to say 1985.
It was 1994.
Okay, Minnesota.
It was at Minnesota. I'm just saying.
You got a turnover, huh?
I think, James Franklin was just sprinkling that stat in. It was a cool stat.
He's throwing a lot of 94 love out there, isn't he?
Dude, if you watch the James Franklin's press conferences.
You told me to look it up. I'm down in Carolina last week. What the hell is he talking about?
Goon gets a shout-out at multiple. Franklin brought him up like 2 different times.
I played against him in high school.
Right, you told me you did play James Franklin in high school.
Yes, I did.
So, wait, what league area is that?
East of Chamonix.
Okay.
And that's the suburban one. That's CB West, Council Rock. I don't even know who's winning it now. My brother's Abington, North Penn. So it's like big schools.
Yeah.
There's 6-8 schools at Philadelphia in the suburbs. I'm in the Philadelphia Catholic League, so we only scrimmaged them. So it wasn't like a full-blown game, and we were still in practice uniforms and stuff like that. But it was legit.
Did you get to tackle James Franklin?
Absolutely. I cheap shot the hell out of him. Absolutely, I did.
That's great.
I think there's still a little angst from James on that one. You know what I mean?
Did you guys?
He was like, "It's a scrimmage, man." And I'm over there throwing elbows. I don't know.
You know who won? Do we remember? Have any recollection?
No,
too many hits to the head.
We're like, you went to a Catholic school. I went to a Catholic school. They really don't have the facilities. We don't have our own stadium or anything in the Philadelphia Catholic League. So, we don't have that. So, we weren't training in the off season and stuff like that, where the suburban one, like guys in like the Chamonix and CB West, they were doing that. I mean, they were way ahead of us. So they were pretty well ahead. And this is like week 2. So this is even worse. Like we would play the Chamonix on a Friday night after we played Pennsbury on a Saturday, got into a bus and went to the Poconos and practiced 4 times a day for 4 days. And then we get home Thursday night and then go play a game on Friday. So we weren't exactly fresh.
I'll tell you what,
playing against the Chamonix, but we were not in shape. We weren't in football shape because it wasn't like our coach was having stuff for us in the offseason. There wasn't like practices and stuff like that in the offseason like they have now.
You guys back in the day, you had a lot more like overall time off, but you were so less taken care of physically. Like it seemed, because we talked about this, you guys had summer off like all the time. Like you didn't. So when school ended.
No. We didn't have summer off.
Excuse me, not off.
No, we had 3 hours a day in the weight room and the locker room and stuff. We did not. We were not allowed to do anything football related.
Yeah, that's changed significantly. Okay.
Absolutely. It has changed significantly. And I think there would be, I've told you this before, there'd be freaking revolts.
Yeah, if we're
like sitting there like, dude, we have a walkthrough for 3 hours, like,
yeah, I mean, nowadays in the summer. Yeah. So I'll just tell you I'm sure you guys had a lot of good memories up here in the summer. It's
actually not many that we remember.
Surely. After talking to you and Brandon Noble alike, I've heard all the stories. I will say I'm envious. I made a tweet, I'll tell you real quick, and I put out and I said I am envious of anybody that got to go to college in the 90s. As someone
to a point.
I think to a very large point, Goon.
Well, you're well ahead of us financially. So there is
valid.
That give and take. You do have that ability, which we were not allowed to have. So
you guys.
What would you trade? Would you trade?
You got to do a lot of dumb things.
Say a couple $100,000 for anonymity, if that's the word I'm looking for.
I need to be clear. I need to be clear at the chat right now. I messed up. I was just on the brink. I made a little bit of NIL money. No, I did not touch the 6 figures that everybody's touching now, or the reported from On3 over $3 million that Drew Aller's taking home as well.
Good for them. He's a model now.
He is a model. Travis Kelce, Drew Aller joined Travis Kelce on his American Eagle ad.
I have to ask, were there other athletes in that picture, or was he the only one?
No, there were some other ones. There was a couple women's basketball players. We had Carmelo Anthony's son was there as well. So, yeah, there were some other people there. With Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State's wide receiver, was also in that ad with him. So it was I don't know. These ads, I'm sure they're paying quite nicely.
Dude, it's American Eagle.
That's a big brand.
He's like one of the sponsors of them now. He's part of the Kelce clan, right?
Oh yeah.
Like that's insane. Like he's going to get
You think Drew Aller does Drew Aller get to hang out with like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift now? Is that where we're at for Drew Aller?
Is he invited to the wedding?
I don't. Like,
you have
probably.
it on your phone.
I'm gonna have to ask him.
Text him right now. And say, Drew,
I'm gonna text Drew and figure out.
I gotta know. Are you invited to Tay-Tay's wedding?
I wonder where that wedding. I'd imagine that wedding's gonna be pretty limited. No, you think it's gonna be some big like blowout wedding? Probably?
No, they're gonna be in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, middle of nowhere, like 10 people.
They can't do.
Yeah.
All right, stop.
They're too famous.
Stop. We're talking about.
Goon, I'm sorry.
I know this is bad.
This is really
I'm just
bad.
as guilty.
Well, okay.
Don't feel bad.
I'm curious. I'm actually curious on this. When you guys were on the team, so I think they were talking about Kerry Collins.
My wife is listening to the show right now. I'm going to catch grief for this.
Goon, it is what it is. Someone said text him, wake his butt up. I'll tell you what, Drew Aller's definitely up. I'm sure he has watched all of the film many times over, which, by the way, we're going to talk some more about some other stuff. But Drew Aller, heck of a day, 22 for 26, just sharp. Was really sharp. New wide receivers, Kyron Hudson, Trevor Pena. It looked like we got some dudes. Goon, I'll give you this stat.
It's awesome, dude.
Last year, the most receptions in one game by a Penn State wide receiver was 5 receptions. That was the most in any of those 16 games that we played. Yesterday's game alone, Trevor Pena had 7 receptions. Kyron Hudson had 6 receptions. I mean, I'll tell you also on top of that, to pile on to that, the wide receivers as a whole had 16 receptions yesterday. Week 1, we did not do that one time last year.
That's 16 more than the Notre Dame game.
I had the Notre Dame fans in my comment section commenting that same exact thing.
I just got the greatest compliment I've ever seen in my life.
Do you know what Temu is?
Yeah, it's like a knockoff.
It's like knockoff? Okay,
yeah.
I had to make sure.
So I'm a knockoff. Goon is a knockoff John Kruk, a Temu John Kruk.
I think you're going to be
awesome.
You might be upset at me right now.
Why?
You know what I'm about to say? Who's John Kruk? Oh, no. Did I mess up? I don't know, guys. I'm not educated enough. Goon, tell me, who's John Kruk, please?
We need to go to commercial. I'm devastated.
This is Goon. You're actually going to be more devastated when I tell you that I realized that I didn't set up the commercials, so we don't have any commercials.
We got to go right through that. Can I have my coffee then? If we're not going to go to commercial,
do you have coffee?
Yeah,
down
you
there?
want some a little bit? Who's this? Is this for the
That's
Goon?
for you. That's for the Gooner. A little water for the Goon.
Thank you, brother. All right, so John Kruk was one of the Phillies in '93, one of the slobs.
Oh,
he had the big mullet going on, a big wad of tobacco hanging down. But he's the Philadelphia Phillies color and analyst for the Phillies, so he just sits there and tells stories.
Listen, guys, number
it's
one,
hilarious.
All right. That sounds like you, but
stupid stuff.
I'm not a big. I'm not a huge baseball guy. The only time I really watch baseball is if I go over to Goon's house, honestly, and we're just sitting there having some hoagies and whatnot. So and some Modelo, you know.
Modelo sponsored show tomorrow night, buddy.
It is. It absolutely is. Once again, you guys will get a healthy dose of Goon and I Sunday mornings here, 10 a.m. at the Student Bookstore, downtown State College. And once again, the Nittany Lion mascot will be here in about under 30 minutes. I think we're going to see
They're
line.
Lining up already.
There's already a line for the Nittany Lion mascot. Goon and I, chop liver.
Absolutely.
But, we're just washed up offensive linemen doing a radio show here in our
Speaking
old
of washed
town.
up offensive linemen, so our show tomorrow night.
Let's talk about it.
I have the name.
What is the name? All right, so if you guys remember last year, let's just familiarize everybody. We will do Monday nights at the Penn State Golf Course at 6 p.m. Goon and I. It was our
Old
boy
school,
Aeneas Hawkins.
New school.
Old school,
Same
new
school.
Same school.
Sorry, that's our logo. That's our stuff, man. Because that is you and I.
Yeah, absolutely. And we get a player on, so you guys will always get to hear from a player Monday night at 6 p.m.
I have a little dovetail.
What do we got there? Talk to me.
Let's just do offensive linemen.
Just offensive lineman as guest.
Or I did like Dinkins on the show last year.
Dinkins was great on the show.
So I'm going to make a weight limit. You got to be over 225 to be on our show.
Okay.
So we got the D-line, the O-line.
Yeah, I need a little tight ends. I need a little Zane Durant and Dennis Sutton in my life for sure.
Exactly right. No doubt about it.
Yeah, no DBs allowed on the 225.
Wide receivers, DBs, quarterbacks, running backs. Go on.
You guys they get enough love. They're already doing all the interviews.
Love.
All right, I like that. So you guys are going to see the big boys.
So think about club above 225.
Club above 225.
It's one club above.
Monday nights, I will make sure to get you guys that info.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, we got Nick on tomorrow night, and me and you don't have to say a damn word because we just talk like Nick, just like talk.
Yeah, you're just going to give Nick the microphone. Oh, Nick, I've never seen anybody more talented, honestly, in front of the camera.
We better watch our butts. We're not going to have jobs next year.
I know. If
he's get done in the NFL and come back here and just dominate the
I'll
Penn
tell you
State
what.
sports scene.
No, you look at Nick Dawkins is going to be someone that's going to be
He played
successful.
good yesterday, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
I got to talk to him. We'll talk to him tomorrow night. But, bro, they had him pulling.
I saw that. So what's interesting?
No, that's a center.
They don't. That tells you how athletic they feel that
Wow.
he is. Playing around 295,
Wow.
he's lost some weight. I would even venture down there into the 290. I don't know. Doc's he's looking trim, man. And you don't normally pull your center. The guys that you pull are the guards and then the tackles as well. But they were pulling Nick Dawkins around, letting him go out there.
I'll throw names at you.
Yeah.
But you won't know them. But you say you're a Steelers fan. But one of the greatest
no.
offensive linemen in the game was a guy named Dermonte Dawson.
Center, yes.
Dude, they pulled him. All right,
Back
and
in
you
the day.
see that. Depending on where the 1 or 3 technique is on who's pulling, maybe the center or the guard. If he's a tight 2, the center can back block on him and stuff like that. Then
Give a little you me call,
you
me
know
call.
what I mean. And then Sam Sally slam. So if the guy's on the nose, the guard can come down and do that, and then the center pulls. But if the guy is on the guard, pull the center again. You know what I mean? So Dermonte Dawson was the best I ever saw because they would be pulling him. He'd be leaving counter trays as a center. Like, think about this. Hike the ball. Your hand is between your legs, and then you're now pulling. I mean, that's hard for a guard or tackle to do, but then you add the fact that you're centering the ball to the quarterback. So, Doc, great game. Unbelievable stuff he did yesterday. I was very impressed by all of that. So,
yeah.
let's get into the offensive line play in general. I thought it's pretty damn good, man.
It's going to be good. Someone
asked.
asked.
Chops, though.
We are.
Gave up a sack.
Oh, did he? Yeah, that's right. He did. He kind of, yeah.
Not him. Just the O-line.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was them as a whole. I guess we let up one.
He wanted the whole 94 experience.
Yeah, we were
They
talking
only got
about
2 more to go.
And once again, James Franklin shouted that out. He said that he mentioned you guys only gave up 3 sacks all year, the starting offensive
Correct.
line. So we're gonna have to
Our backup
block
was sacked twice.
almost as much.
Almost as much.
Although then again, your backups probably in 1994 almost played as much.
Wally was in there a lot.
It was frequent. Kyle asks, is Khalil Dinkins an honorary offensive lineman? I'd say. Yeah, absolutely.
I watched the game on television yesterday. So the one kick returner who was wearing 16.
Oh, that was hilarious.
He's running down the sidelines, and they're like, Dinkins is out there. He's a seldom used tight end. And I'm like, a little difference in size out there. This guy's like 5'7", 110.
I believe King Mac is like 5'9", and they're saying that it's Dinkins the whole way. And then they called him Mac King as well, who's the guy who's the returner. Yeah, that was something. I'll tell you what. Listen, I'm excited about our tight end group, though. I think it's
excited let's just talk about this season, dude. I'm excited for this freaking team. Dude, Denny Sutton he wasn't blocked yesterday.
Dude.
He was
he said it's my time to be the star defensive end.
Yes.
And here I am. I'll tell you what, last year, Dennis Sutton had 2 forced fumbles all of last year. He had 2 yesterday.
Yeah.
I
think his coming out party was the Notre Dame game.
Yeah.
When he had that interception 30 yards downfield, he dropped coverage, and then as a defensive end, he's dropping in the coverage and picking passes off from Notre Dame. Are you kidding me? Is this for real? And then he has a sack the next series.
He has. I looked. I think it's like his last 3 or 4 games. His stat line is 6 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 8 TFLs. By the way, we saw it with those forced fumbles. But he not only is he great at rushing the passer, but he holds that edge. Would you want to move Dennis Sutton out of the way in the run game? I don't know. I tried to do it for many years. It wasn't very successful, I'll tell you what. And so we kind of saw what he's bringing to the table. He is going to be a menace all year long for us, so I'm excited about him.
So I saw your tweet last night. That was just an absolutely Vita. What's his name?
Vanga,
that pancake.
Oh, yeah.
That was the old, hey, play to the whistle.
And it was one of those ones.
It's hey, we're just going to, until I play the whistle, I am just going to keep blocking you. And I'm going to throw you into the ground, and I'm going to land on top of you and bury you. It's beautiful.
It was nice. Yeah, Vanga got up on the linebacker, and he starts to drive him, and he just gets a little bit of help, too, where someone kind of falls down, and you get to kind of tabletop him. And not only did he tabletop him and kind of just throw him over, he went with him and put all of that 330 pounds with force into the dirt, and I bet that linebacker's waking up right now.
It's an agile 330, by the way.
That's a smooth 330. I'll tell you what.
Unbelievable. That was a good day for Penn State yesterday. Let's go back to the whole Well, we talk about.
Wait, real quick. Wait, before you go back.
Yep.
7 offensive linemen on the field at once. I
knew it was going to happen.
I had to bring that up.
I mean, if you let's just start that right now and just start like texting or tweeting Kodal Nicky like you can't get 9.
Dare him to do it.
Yeah, dare it. You can't get 9. I mean, you got to go one skill guy and one quarterback. But is there a guy? I mean, what if you had Tyler Warren back at quarterback? I mean,
listen. Yeah, put someone, I don't know, we could put like Katron back there, and then we just go 10 offensive linemen across the board. Goon, I'm here for it. I'll tell you what, I'm here for the heavy offensive lineman sets. We were putting Cooper Cousins at fullback. And I'll tell you what, something you need to watch if you haven't watched it, same for you guys in the audience. CBS did a sit-down with our 7. We call them 7 starters because we feel like we have 7 guys that start.
I agree with that. I love that they're doing that.
I mean, look, we talked 16, 17-game season. If you make it to the national championship, you need depth. Guys are going to have to play. You're playing an NFL season nowadays. You're going to need that depth on the offensive line and be cohesive. CBS sat down with them, and it was hilarious. Sat down with the 7 guys, and they were going with stories. They were talking food. They followed them back to one of their places, not in a weird way at all. That sounded weird. But CBS went back with cameras, and they did a cookout by the pool. And, it was great. The guys were grilling up burgers and dogs. And you
by the pool?
By the pool, yeah. There's pools now at all the apartment complexes for us, man. I don't know where did you live when you were on campus? Yeah, where did you live outside of Nittany Apartments? Everybody goes to Nittany still. That is still, if you went here, Nittany Apartments.
Nittany Apartments were nice, but we had to have permission. You had to be in good standing with the school, and Joe had to, trust you to live off campus. If you were allowed to live off campus. Now they're like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Now there's like, let me just think about this. So State College Park, that's the one down there on Atherton on the left. That was like the first and only like branch off like community. It really was.
Really?
And then it grew from there because, guys would go and every summertime guys would, sublet houses and they would go in there and they'd have, there'd be a pool party and stuff like that there. But we normally 100% just sublet it from people in the summertime. But during the fall and the summer, during the spring and the fall, if you had permission, Joe had to give you permission to live off campus. So in '94, we had a house up on Beaver Ave. Yeah, it's no longer there. It was condemned. It's the Bryce Jordan Center. Bryce Jordan Tower now is what it is.
Right. Okay.
So in 1994 and 5, we lived there for 2 years, and they won a lot of football games in that house. And I give you one little tidbit of what it was like.
All right.
We came back from beating Michigan in Game 6 in 1994, so we had for 3 straight years been 5-0. And we lost that 6th game a couple years in a row. And it really set us into a tizzy. So we beat Michigan at Michigan in the Big Ten. It's our 2nd year in the Big Ten, so huge game out there. 94, we beat Michigan late in the game. We come back to Penn State, and all our girlfriends and like the guys on the team who were hurt or didn't travel, we got into the house. There's 10 kegs. And everybody on campus knew where the hell to go if you wanted to go party with the mutants and the football team and the offensive line. So everybody it was a big one, buddy. This is what I'm saying. This is what you guys can't do now.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you got to be sitting around the street half naked.
Yeah. See, there's
pants on.
Yeah, half naked, pants on, shirts off.
Party time.
I'll tell you that. So that's the difference. You guys, and that's why I made the tweet that I'm more envious of people that got to go to college in the 80s, 90s, because you guys got to have more fun, and there wasn't that worry. Like I remember when I came to college, my dad said to me, "You are being recorded at every single moment. Don't you dare do anything stupid to ruin this." I mean, you guys didn't have anything close to that same type of talk.
The old man would say that people are watching you. The old man said, you're in a glass house. It's the old, don't throw stones when you're in a glass house. No, but you're in a glass house. That means the whole world can watch you, and they're looking at you. You got 5 guys my size and your size. They're going to look at us. Okay, but nowadays it's like, okay, those 5 guys are drinking. Oh, my God, they have a pitcher of beer in their hands. Oh, my God. And then start filming. And then, you lose on Saturday, and all of a sudden, I saw the Penn State offensive line. I was drinking Thursday night. Here's the video. I don't give a crap. I don't, but that's the difference. Is that whatever we do, we were always looked upon, and you can be like, well, that guy's a total ass and stuff like that. But you got to go with that. But then you have actually physical evidence of being an ass. That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
And as me and Noble would tell you, we would probably be – there wouldn't be a 1994 because we'd probably all be in prison. So another one we talked to is a guy named Steve Entman from the University of Washington. Now, you met him last year at the tailgate, the Washington game. He's a friend of mine. He's an absolute just behemoth mutant. Like behemoth, like a huge
He's like
man.
6'9".
Overall, first overall pick in the 1991 draft and stuff like that. Just a bad, bad man. And he sits there. That guy made a lot of money. And he says, it was me and a couple other guys and the NFL guys that were talking and stuff like that. And I'm like the little fanboy, don't get me wrong. So I'm just sitting there, and he was like, I would love one of these guys' paychecks for a month. Could you imagine what we do in college? And then somebody answered, like, yeah, we'd be in prison. Like, okay, again, you guys are so much more mature than us, physically, emotionally, all that type of things. Like, as I say, you're also so physically stronger and more, and you know a lot more than we did. Like, us back in the day was like, you got to get protein. I got to eat a steak. Now, here you are sitting there, you're doing, you're taking 4 supplements, a shake and stuff like that. You're getting 8 times the protein I'm getting from eating a London broil on its own, like a 15 minutes from going bad at the store, and I'll buy it. Back in the day,
right
in the summertime. But you guys are so advanced in the health department and the strength and conditioning. Like I said, we would play in high school. We didn't have strength and conditioning programs in the off season. It was like if one of the coaches wanted to open the locker room up, open the weight room up. That's what we had to do. That you got to get your lift in.
I mean, you guys barely had nutritionists and all that stuff.
We had a nutritionist, but the old man didn't really didn't lean on her.
It was
what I mean? The nutritionist was brought in to make fatties lose a lot of weight. That was the only time the nutritionist was brought in. Whereas you guys are so far advanced in your knowledge of your body, a knowledge of what you're going to take out of your body. You need to put in your body. Drinking 77 natural lights on and then I have to say this. I will say this. In 1992, we had a very bad season, a very, upsetting season and stuff like that. So all the guys from 94, we saw that. And there were too many guys out drinking during the week. That in 1994 and 95, we all made a pledge. We did not drink during the week. In the football season.
Right.
And
I'm glad you prefaced that.
It was on Saturday night, don't get me wrong. But, like, in the off-season, we could drink Friday and Saturday, Thursday sometimes. But you had to get a workouts in and stuff like that on Friday. But the difference in you guys and us is, like, you have had weight room. You've had a strength program since you were probably 14 years old.
Yep.
You understand the health of your body. Again, I didn't understand. I wanted to put weight on in high school. So I went to high school. It was funny because we were on vacation, and Carrie, my wife, has a nephew. He's pretty big. And they're like, well, how big were you? I was like, well, I was like 6'1", 185 in like 8th grade. And when I went to high school, that was 1 year later, I was 6'5", 205. So there was that spurt on top of, I was already the biggest kid to begin with, and then I spurted 4 inches. I didn't know how to put on weight. I'm 205 pounds. You know what I did? I convinced my parents I could drink a beer at dinner every night, that it was good for me to get those calories in me to gain weight. That's how we were told that.
Yeah, that used to be the thing.
That's what we were told how you gained weight.
You drink beer to gain weight. Look at that. Well,
I just wanted to drink a beer with my dinner every night. That was the best part.
And you still do it, so there you go. You're still going strong.
And I'm still putting weight on. There we go.
35 years later.
It works.
This is great. Yep. We got Jeff Chanel in the chat. He said, when I went to Penn State, I had to wrestle Goon in the dorm.
Oh, no.
He said he kept bullying me. I weighed 145 pounds.
Bullying? I was not a bully. I was a protector.
Yeah, Goon was definitely. Well, you're a protector on and off the field. There you go. Nick, and
awesome.
My man Nick Waldman says, as a current student, man, I was born in the wrong era. Nick, as someone who came to college while COVID was in its...
Oh, I want some questions. I want them answered. Would you trade the money and the fame that these kids are getting right now for anonymity?
Probably not. And I'll just say this. So what's the difference?
You could do much more with a lot of money than being an idiot. And
exactly. Probably not. I mean, the memories maybe aren't as good. Because I'll tell you, people, and I was talking, my girlfriend is a millennial. She is like 8, 9 years older than me. So she was also from a different time, went to Penn State.
What year was she born?
93. Yeah, yep. And then obviously, she was on the sideline when you were playing a little baby.
She is a millennial, but she's not.
Not really, barely.
She's an old soul, so are you.
There
are certain exceptions.
We are. But I'll tell you, people don't nowadays, the kids in school, they don't have that much fun because everybody's buried in their phones. People don't want to go out as much. It is you go to the bar, Goon, and this is what you see. You see guys like this, people like this. They're just go, oh, what?
I'd be cool with that, but I don't like the girls that.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of selfies. There's a lot of selfies going on. So, I mean, in the end, would I trade it? I don't know. I mean, you got to think.
How many pictures do you need?
If you're Kerry Collins back in 1994, you can go wherever you want, and you're going to get recognized. But, you can go. Drew Aller has to go around and know that there is a very good likelihood that someone probably is recording him when they see him because someone wants to go like, oh, there's Drew Aller, and have a phone. Like, do you know how annoying that probably is for Drew? That if he walks into Chipotle, someone's whipping their phone out, and boom, and he's on their Snapchat 5 seconds later on their Instagram.
And if he's a jerk to them, then he's a jerk for everybody. Oh, this guy's a jerk. This guy's a tool, This guy, it's like, dude.
It's rough.
Live my life, man.
Yeah, Kyle asked, why Quentin Martin didn't play? Yeah, some of the running backs were banged up. Those are Franklin said that in the press conference. Some of those guys were banged up. Nick said Goon's girl selfie impression is hilarious. Goon, we got.
I hate it. It's like, how many pictures do you need? Do you take 50? There's that one where you look good in, and that's the one you share.
Look, I guess you got to take as many as possible, and pick the one good one. Goon. We got about 9 minutes left here at the Student Bookstore, downtown State College. Once again, come on down here, get all your Penn State merch needs. This is going for a long time. Someone said in the chat, I'm so thankful this happened again. I didn't know if it was happening. Goon, I think this is going to happen for the foreseeable future, man.
Dude, I'm just looking straight ahead at that. Look at that wall. I see a Penn State bathrobe. I'm going to tell you what, if that's in a 3 or 4X tall, I'm wearing that. I will rock that in that show.
We'll put Goon in that next show. If it's only an XL, I don't know what will happen then. Then it only
comes. Fat guy in a little coat.
Well, you'll see a lot more of Keith Goon Conlin, but yeah, absolutely. The Student Bookstore, honestly, truly, the coolest Penn State memorabilia around here. And yes, we already have this long line out here for the Penn State Nittany Lion. Goon, we have, about 8 minutes left. I want to talk about the outlook of this season. Yep. So there's the possibility of some really big games for Penn State. And we needed certain things to happen for it to be set up that way. So the number one thing is we got Oregon in Week 5 here in State College, right? That game has a possibility to be a top 5 matchup.
Sure.
Now, there were a couple things that needed to happen. Some teams needed to lose last night. Clemson, who's number 4, falls to LSU, who's number 9. So I think there could be, depends what the AP voters want to do, how much they move LSU up after that win, but we could be looking at Oregon going from 7 now to 6. Some more things happen. They could work their way to 5. We're probably going to stay at 2. So that's one domino that we could be looking at a top 5 matchup in Beaver Stadium here in a couple weeks.
And Oregon's schedule is as bad as ours and the non-conference stuff. They're going to come in here 3-0, well 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0.
And we're going to be 3-0. It's going to be top 5-6 matchup, no doubt.
So that's going to be a big one. We've never had I think the best whiteout we've ever had was when Ohio State. It was 2016 when Ohio State came here as number 2.
Yeah.
We were number, I don't know, we were a little bit higher, but it was that was like the highest rated matchup we've had. We've never had a top 10 where both teams are top 10 in the whiteout, specifically top 5, and it's Oregon. We've only played Oregon 2 times. Last year in the Big Ten Championship, and then obviously when this big guy was blocking plays up for Kajana Carter to run for 80 yards, even though you guys
we didn't block the first play.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's I've now seen the play, and I saw it.
It's hilarious.
The Rose Bowl run, the famous Kajana Carter, first play
opening
from
play
scrimmage.
of the game.
You guys didn't block anybody.
I completely choked.
That was something.
Harding's pulled. And for some miraculous reason, he worked his way back because only Jeff Hardy could have done that. He pulled and said, "Oh God, Keith's pulling too. What the hell?" And he worked his way back and blocked the guy. And I was like, well, "What are you doing? Like, what human being can do that?" This is a Division I guy. You're just embarrassing right there.
That's
between that and then Kyle. He worked the edge a little bit. The fullback went through. I went through and. The rest is history.
Everybody loves the Kajana Carter.
What happened on the backside? And we missed our guy. They're like, so he didn't block anybody. We're all like, nope.
And 75 yards later.
He sat back. He goes, damn, we must be this good.
And sure enough, you guys were.
Yeah, but the Oregon game, it's going to be huge. One of those that's going to build up. The crescendo is going to build up from here. We're already talking about it. It's a month away type of thing.
Yeah.
But it's going to be amazing, and then that high of a matchup. But it's going to be like 40 million viewers.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people.
Like we're the only game in town that day, right? Or is there a?
No,
doesn't like Georgia and Florida play? Isn't there
there's
another huge game at the exact same time?
I want to say at least I think that's a stacked day. I believe.
Yeah,
there's also
there's two night games.
Right.
I think it's like Georgia, Alabama, or Florida, LSU.
Yeah.
Somebody
big
huge.
SEC matchup.
And a big SEC, and I'm like, damn, you know, we cut. All we did was just cut the viewers in half of who you want to watch. So
it sucks.
Yeah. So I mean, as our viewers are listening and stuff like that, to go back to what we started earlier, like Florida State is not. I mean, Alabama is not done. Texas is not done. Like we are in a different world, and we all need to get out of this 12-game mindset. This is a huge. You just got to get to the playoffs, i.e., Ohio State last year. They lose the last game of the season. How do you do that? Oh, by the way, you're invited to the postseason party.
Yeah,
because you're so good, and then they go out and win it.
Well, and to speak, they lost to Oregon, and they come back and they get another shot at Oregon in the playoffs. I mean, that's a real thing. No matter what happens this year, if we drop one to someone, we can come back and win.
No doubt about
it. Josh says it's Georgia versus Alabama on ABC, same time as us.
It's
so now
like
you got to pick
crap.
between Penn State and Oregon and Georgia, Alabama. That's going to be hard for me. I'm going to have like two TVs on. I'm going to figure
this is
that
where
out.
we got to get to this super conference and figure this out, so we're not playing these games at the exact same time.
I like it, Goon. Last note on the rest of the schedule, too. Another domino that fell to lead up to a huge Penn State game is the fact that Ohio State beat Texas. So Ohio State is going to be number one starting this week. The AP poll voters, there's no way they don't put them up there, right? So they got a couple – they actually don't have an easy schedule. They go to Illinois, and I believe they go to Wisconsin, like back-to-back weeks. It's not easy. Illinois is looking like a pretty good team, so I'd be on the lookout for that. But let's just say Ohio State wins out. We got it's not till week 10, day after Halloween. Penn State and Ohio State face off in Columbus. So that's a little bit down the road, but we take care of Oregon, and then we got a couple. We got at Iowa, but we could be looking at 1 versus 2 in Columbus. Penn State, Ohio State, first time ever would be 1 versus 2.
James Franklin's going to walk through this door right now and smack you in the face and say, "Stop talking about the future."
He would not.
Mentality,
he
buddy.
Wouldn't like that either.
No,
he would not like that.
Nope. We got Florida International or Atlantic?
FIU, Florida International. International University. Yeah.
FIU coming to town.
Yeah, their coach is hilarious. They call their quarterback. His name's just like Flash. They just call him like Flash. Like that's it. I'm like, yeah, this is good. Pitbull is like the sponsor of FIU Stadium, and he has to do like 8 appearances there.
He's world-renowned.
He's got like a room. Yeah, Pitbull has like a room in FIU Stadium. So obviously they're coming here.
Dude, is Pitbull rocking up here?
Dude, imagine if Pitbull came to Beaver Stadium. We could do like a little halftime performance for Pitbull during FIU Penn State.
Yeah, because our fan base is huge Pitbull fan.
No, Central PAers, I'm not really sure about that.
I don't think people from Howard, PA are too interested in Pitbull playing a halftime show at Penn State.
No, not at all.
No offense to the people from Howard.
Guys, we appreciate
it's pretty cool to
guys.
see him. But we got a minute or two?
I
really respect what the Nevada coach came in here last week and what he said last week. And he goes, if you told me 30 years ago that I'm going to be sitting there coaching at Penn State where Joe Paterno made his bones and coached for them years, he goes, I'm going to be very impressed by this. So I thought Nevada showed themselves very well yesterday. I don't understand why we went for 2 up 33-0.
That was a rough one. James admitted in the presser. He said, he called it disgusting, the 2-point play. I
think he was trying to what you're trying to do in games like this is these throwaway games that we're talking about right now is you want to put as much on film as you possibly can because Oregon is watching that, and now Oregon's got to watch that 2-point play and say, okay, how many plays could they run off of that set? And then they got to take their time away from other things that they could be doing and worrying about that crap. So I get it. Maybe he should have done it earlier. He probably wanted to and maybe even forgot. And then, we got to do that 2-point play.
Yeah, throw it out there.
It's what it is.
Absolutely. All right, well, we got some great things coming. Guys, what Goon and I, we're gonna sit here. We're going to talk about the new, the old, the past, all of it. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get off topic. So all of you asking those riveting Penn State football questions, I am about to go.
We answered none of them.
We answered none of them. I am going to go do my actual sit-down post-game show. That'll be out in about hour and a half, 2 hours. So all of that.
The man is here.
In depth. The Nittany Lion mascot.
The Nittany Lion is here.
The Nittany Lion mascot is here at the student bookstore downtown. He will be here after home games at 11 a.m. So make sure you guys bring.
Thousands of fans here to watch the.
It's crowded. I'll tell you what.
Me and Tangwell, and all of a sudden they all leave when the Nittany Lion shows up.
The Nittany Lion takes it all away. So we appreciate you guys tuning in here. Once again, we will be at the student bookstore all year long after home games. Make sure you come by, get all your Penn State merch here. Appreciate you guys tuning